Get ready to travel back in time for another movie challenge. In this video, we're diving into 50 iconic films from 1955 to 1960. Get ready to test your knowledge and see how many classics you can recognize. Let's get started.
Danielle, you are just a girl. She is a woman.
Why do you want to buy an old car if you can get a new one cheaper? It will run better and last longer.
To Catch a Thief is a 1955 American romantic thriller film directed by Alfred Hitchcock.
You're a man of action.
You know, I know what your trouble is, son. You'd like me to die quickly, wouldn't you, without wasting too much of your time? Or quietly, so I won't embarrass you too much, or even thankfully, so your memory of the occasion won't be too unpleasant.
Bad Day at Black Rock is a 1955 American film noir neo-western film directed by John Sturges.
Buddy, what's the matter with you? You don't like her. My mother don't like her. She's a dog, and I'm a fat, ugly man. Well, all I know is I had a good time last night. I'm going to have a good time tonight. If we have enough good times together, I'm going to get down on my knees. I'm going to beg that girl to marry me. If we make a party on New Year's, I got a date for that party. You don't like her. That's too bad.
Marty is a 1955 American romantic drama film directed by Delbert Mann.
I know where she is, know what she is, and I know why she left you. Couldn't stand it. You didn't really love her any more than you do me. Because your goodness, your rightness, you never gave either one of us an inch, ever, for what you thought was right. You kept on forgiving us. You never really loved us. I know why you didn't love me. Because I'm like my mother, and you never forgave yourself for having loved her. All right, I'm not gonna...
East of Eden is a 1955 American epic period drama film directed by Elia Kazan.
I like you. There's no getting around the fact you're a real likable guy.
Yeah.
But
what?
well, I also think you're the most hapless, lazy, disorganized, and in general, the most lecherous person I've ever known in my life.
I am not.
You're not what?
I'm not disorganized, for one thing.
Have you ever...
Mr. Roberts is a 1955 American comedy drama film directed by John Ford and Mervyn LeRoy.
Can fight.
Now,
Pardon?
but listen carefully. If plan one fails, you must execute plan two.
Plan two?
Take the princess from the castle before midnight. By whatever means you may devise.
For murder or abduction, I'm your man. You've paid the price. Name your plan.
First, plan one. Are you sure you can dispose of my lords Buckhurst, Finsdale, and Pertwee?
Are they married?
Yes.
Order flowers for the widows. Get it?
Got it.
Good.
The Court Jester is a 1955 American historical musical comedy film written, produced, and directed by Melvin Frank and Norman Panama.
Monsieur, you are now addressing the second most celebrated balloonist in Europe.
And who is the first?
He is not available. He was buried last Tuesday.
Tell me, sir, is this,
Around the World in 80 Days is a 1956 American epic adventure comedy film directed by Michael Anderson.
Ain't nobody comfortable in that house. Like if you can find a chair to sit down on. You want coffee?
No, just a cool drink of water. Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, where the house water runs warm. But if you got the energy to work that old pump over there, you could get yourself a nice cool drink from that there cistern.
I got energy to burn.
Baby Doll is a 1956 American black comedy film directed by Elia Kazan.
Before it's too late, we ought to get back to the real fundamentals, and I'm not just talking of primary education now. We're breeding a race of moral midgets. All this hogwash about self-expression, permissiveness, development patterns, emotional security. Security with a world ready to blow up. If the Republic is to survive, we've got to get back to teaching the good old virtues of hard work and self-discipline and a sense of duty. My friends, I tell you, we're committing harakiri every day right here in this classroom. Mister?
Bigger Than Life is a 1956 American drama film directed by Nicholas Ray.
What is it?
You make a very excellent
cup of tea?
Yeah, well, I do a lot of things in a pinch. Would you like one lump? Everybody thought I had a duster? Y'all thought old Spindle Top old Burnett was all it was, didn't you? Well, I'm here to tell you it ain't, boy. It's here. And there ain't a dang thing you gonna do about it. My well came in big, so big, and there's more down there, and there's bigger wells.
Giant is a 1956 American epic Western drama film directed by George Stevens.
Then mine. When I shall sit, you shall sit. When I shall kneel, you shall kneel, etc., etc., etc.
The King and I is a 1956 American musical film directed by Walter Lang.
We've seen scalps before.
This before?
I came to trade, not to admire his collection. Tell him we'll pitch camp the other side of the creek. Talk tomorrow.
Your sheet.
The Searchers is a 1956 American epic Western film directed by John Ford.
10 times you have seen the miracles of the Lord, and still you have no faith.
He's a false prophet who delivers you to death.
Stone him! Stone him!
Listen to Moses! He speaks God's will!
The Ten Commandments is a 1956 American epic religious drama film produced and directed by Cecil B. DeMille.
You calling me?
Your name, Christopher Emmanuel Bellastero?
Yes, it is.
We want to speak to you. We're police officers.
What about?
We'd like you to come down to the precinct and help us out a little.
The Wrong Man is a 1956 American docudrama film noir directed by Alfred Hitchcock.
Darling, what are the two things in life you're most interested in?
What?
Money and women?
Oh, that's a nice way to put me down.
That about sums it up, doesn't it?
We'll let it stand. But I imagine what you really meant to say.
The Killing is a 1956 American film noir directed by Stanley Kubrick.
Why did you do it, Ben?
I don't like owing anybody any favors. You saved my life back at the hotel. It's all right. I've broken out of humor before.
Well, my job's finished when I get you there.
3:10 to Yuma is a 1957 American Western film directed by Delmer Daves.
Well, what do you want? I say he's guilty.
You want to hear your arguments?
I gave you my arguments.
We're not convinced. We want to hear them again. We have as much time as it takes.
12 Angry Men is a 1957 American independent legal drama film directed by Sidney Lumet.
I bet a whole lot of you dream about that sometimes with all them breakfast dishes piling up in the sink and them cranky husbands to get off to work. Ain't it a shame the way they get on you about every little old thing just 'cause they ain't got gumption enough to take it out on the boss?
Well, goodbye, dear. I'm late for work.
I hate to talk against my own kind, but...
A Face in the Crowd is a 1957 American satirical drama film directed by Elia Kazan.
You last night. Then I knew there must be something between us, even if it's only a notion.
An Affair to Remember is a 1957 American romance film directed by Leo McCarey. The Incredible Shrinking Man is a 1957 American science fiction film directed by Jack Arnold.
That wolf was mad. Oh, shoot him if you can't. But either way, we've got it to do.
Now listen. Old Yeller just saved your life, and Elizabeth too. And they saved mine and Alice's. We can't. We don't know for certain. I'll pin him up where he can't get out, and then we'll wait. We can't just shoot him like he was nothing. Don't you understand?
All right, son.
Old Yeller is a 1957 American Western drama film directed by Robert Stevenson.
Gentlemen of the court, to find these men guilty will be a crime to haunt each of you to the day you die. I can't believe that the noblest impulse in man, his compassion for another, can be completely dead here. Therefore, I humbly beg you, show mercy to these men.
Paths of Glory is a 1957 American anti-war film directed by Stanley Kubrick.
One day the war will be over. I hope that the people who use this bridge in years to come will remember how it was built and who built it. Not a gang of slaves, but soldiers, British soldiers, Clipton, even in captivity. Yes, sir. You're a fine...
The Bridge on the River Kwai is a 1957 epic war film directed by David Lean.
But there's no honor in this war. Memories will be ugly, even if we win. And if we die without God. You know that, honey?
I listen to what you say, Herr Kapitän.
It's a bad war. Its reason is twisted. Its purpose is dark. It's not for a simple man.
The Enemy Below is a 1957 American war film produced and directed by Dick Powell.
9:05. I let myself in and went upstairs to my room. As I passed the sitting room, I heard the prisoner in there talking to Mrs. French.
No, it wasn't me. It wasn't my voice.
Talking and laughing they were. But it was no business of mine, so I went upstairs and I fetched my pattern.
Now, let us be very exact as to the time. You say that you re-entered the house at 9:25.
Aye, the pattern was on a shelf in my room next to my clock, so I saw the time. And it was 9:25.
Go on, please.
Witness for the Prosecution is a 1957 American legal mystery thriller film directed by Billy Wilder.
Sure. The columnists can't do without us, except our good and great friend J.J. forgets to mention that. You see, we furnish him with items.
What, some cheap, gruesome gags?
You print them, don't you?
Yes, with your clients' names attached. That's the only reason the poor slobs pay you, to see their names in my column all over the world. Now I make it out you're doing me a favor?
I didn't say
The day I can't get along without a press agent's handouts, I'll close up shop and move to Alaska lock, stock, and barrel.
Sweet Smell of Success is a 1957 American drama film directed by Alexander McKendrick.
What did you see?
Iceberg, dead ahead, sir.
Iceberg, dead ahead, sir.
Hard to starboard.
Hard to starboard, sir.
Full astern, both.
Full astern, sir.
Close watertight doors.
Close watertight doors, sir. Hard to starboard it is, sir.
A Night to Remember is a 1958 British historical disaster docudrama film directed by Roy Ward Baker.
This is spicy. Try one of the little striped ones, Moms.
These are tasty.
What are they, dear?
Oh, just plain old pickled rattlesnake. They're pure protein, and they always marinate them after they remove the fangs. Why, Mr.
Auntie Mamie is a 1958 American comedy film directed by Morton DaCosta.
You know what I feel like? I feel all the time like a cat on a hot tin roof.
Then jump off the roof, Maggie, jump off it. Our cats jump off roofs and they land uninjured. Do it, jump.
Jump where? Into what?
Take a lover.
Cat on a Hot Tin Roof is a 1958 American drama film directed by Richard Brooks.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. You can't wear that here.
Why not?
It's too provocative.
Provocative? There's nothing but dames here, not a man within miles. And I've got D's for a chastity belt. Oh boy, would I love to have somebody to provoke.
You're very foolish to make trouble on your first night, Barbara. I'd advise you to wear the nightgown we've provided you.
I Want to Live is a 1958 American independent biographical drama film directed by Robert Wise.
Again, Gladys, for heaven's sake, make up your mind. Are you on the side of Mr. Malcolm with his defensive vice? Or are you on the side of the Christian virtues, like Mr. Fowler and myself?
Never in my life have I heard a question so disgracefully begged. You should be in politics, Mrs. Rittenville.
Gladys? Of course I am on your side, dear. It's only that, well, Mr. Malcolm, apart from Miss Meacham and Mrs. Shanklin.
Separate Tables is a 1958 American drama film directed by Delbert Mann.
If it's a fight you want, you've picked the right time for it. Haven't you?
Yeah, I'm offering you a fight. Or ain't that a nice word back east?
You're gambling, Leach. You're gambling that if we fight, you can beat me. And you're gambling that if you beat me, Miss Terrell will admire you for it.
Out here, we leave a lady's name out of an argument. But since
The Big Country is a 1958 American epic Western film directed by William Wyler.
I go south. I don't go south.
I should know a girl, Papa. If she's still there, we get this broke out. Come on.
And then what? I'm a strange colored man in a white South town. How long you think before they pick me up?
Get off my back. I ain't married to you. Now, what do I care? Come on.
You married to me, all right, Joker. And here's the ring. But I ain't going south on no honeymoon now. We going north.
The Defiant Ones is a 1958 American drama film produced and directed by Stanley Kramer.
A little skinny, perhaps, but not bad. Not bad at all.
Restrain yourself, my lord. If she is dishonored, she'll be worthless as a queen, and Aiella won't pay ransom for her.
I don't need traitors to plead my cause.
My quarrel's with Aiella, lady, not with you. We were all agreed you'd be unharmed while you remained with us.
Now remember that, Einar. Leave her alone. I haven't touched her yet.
And you never will. I'd kill myself first.
Ah, she doesn't seem to like you.
She likes me well enough.
The Vikings is a 1958 American epic historical fiction swashbuckling film directed by Richard Fleischer.
It's me.
Oh, darling, the news is bad. Quinlan is about to arrest that boy Sanchez.
Oh, Mike, is that why you called? To tell me somebody's been arrested?
No, that's not really why I called. It's to tell you how sorry I am about all this. How very, very much I love you. Susie?
I'm still here, my own darling Miguel.
No, I thought maybe you'd fallen asleep.
I was just listening to you breathe. It's a lovely sound. But I am sleepy.
Touch of Evil is a 1958 American film noir written and directed by Orson Welles.
Because you remind me of somebody.
I heard that one before, too. I remind you of someone you used to be madly in love with, but then she ditched you for another guy. And you've been carrying the torch ever since. Then you saw me and something clicked.
Well, you're not far wrong.
Well, it's not gonna work, so you better go.
Please, let me come.
Vertigo is a 1958 American psychological thriller film directed and produced by Alfred Hitchcock.
The jury.
You're a liar! You're a lousy, stinking liar!
I apologize for my client, Your Honor. Yet his outburst is almost excusable since the prosecution has seen fit to put a felon on the stand to testify against an officer in the United States Army.
Your Honor, I don't...
Anatomy of a Murder is a 1959 American courtroom drama film produced and directed by Otto Preminger.
Where are my mother and sister?
Where are they? Here, within these walls. The governor is recovering. They won't die. Of course, they will be sentenced. Is it possible? Sally. Is it possible you could do
Ben-Hur is a 1959 American religious epic film directed by William Wyler.
You took off your star.
That's right.
You can't do that. They'll arrest you if you go out without your star.
Who's going out?
Help me.
I'm helping.
What are you going to do with it?
Burn it?
It's funny. I don't think I could burn mine. I don't know why.
Couldn't. Something that they make you wear so they can kick you around?
I know. But after all, it is the Star of David, isn't it?
The Diary of Anne Frank is a 1959 American biographical drama film directed by George Stevens.
It never occurred to me that you had many friends. You never have any visit you. I know lots of people. Oh, hundreds. Really? I belong to the Baptist Church, and I belong to several lodges, too. I didn't know. Miss Laura, you never asked.
Imitation of Life is a 1959 American drama film directed by Douglas Sirk.
Is that the only reason?
It's going to be a long night,
True.
and I don't particularly like the book I've started.
Ah.
You know what I mean?
Let me think. Yes, I know exactly what you mean.
North by Northwest is a 1959 American spy thriller film produced and directed by Alfred Hitchcock.
I'll tell you something, Alice. I like you. I don't mean sex, I mean like you. I like to talk to you. I just like you.
Room at the Top is a 1959 British drama film directed by Jack Clayton.
It sleeps 12. This is my friend Daphne. She's a Vassar girl.
I'm a what?
Or was it Bryn Mawr?
I heard a very sad story about a girl who went to Bryn Mawr. She squealed on her roommate, and they found her strangled with her own brassiere.
Yes, we have to be very careful whom we pick for a roommate. Hmm?
Some Like It. Hot is a 1959 American crime comedy film directed and produced by Billy Wilder.
Stop her, Doctor.
Cut the truth out of my brain. Is that what you want, Aunt Vi? Well, you can't. Not even God can change the truth that we were nothing but a pair of...
Doctor!
It's the truth!
See how she destroys us with her tongue for a hatchet. You've got to cut this hideous story out of her brain.
How much are you willing to pay for that, Aunt Vi?
Get me away.
Suddenly Last Summer is a 1959 Southern Gothic mystery film directed by Joseph Mankiewicz.
I thought one would reach some sort of resting place, where obedience would be natural and struggle would end.
There is no resting place, ever. But you must have patience with yourself. Unhappy saints...
The Nun's Story is a 1959 American drama film directed by Fred Zinnemann.
Why? He didn't take too kindly to being arrested for murder.
It wasn't murder.
If he says it wasn't murder, why do you say it was?
Man gets shot that's got a gun, there's room for reasonable doubt. Man gets shot that hasn't got a gun, what would you call it? But you knew that already, otherwise you wouldn't have set things up the way you did.
Just what have I done?
You're a rich man, Burdette. Big ranch. Pay a lot of people to do what you want them to do. And you got a brother. He's no...
Rio Bravo is a 1959 American Western film directed and produced by Howard Hawks.
Instinct's a wonderful thing, isn't it, Mark? A pity it can't be photographed. If I'd listened to it years ago, I might have kept my sight. I wouldn't have let a man operate I had no faith in. So I'm listening to...
Peeping Tom is a 1960 British psychological horror thriller film directed by Michael Powell.
Put it differently.
If you looked into a magic crystal, you saw your army destroyed and yourself dead. If you saw that in the future, as I'm sure you're seeing it now, would you continue to fight?
Yes.
Knowing that you must lose?
No, we can't. All men lose when they die. All men die, but a slave and a free man lose different things.
They both lose life.
Free man.
Spartacus is a 1960 American epic historical drama film directed by Stanley Kubrick.
I'm leaving here. With you or without you, but I want you to know something. I'd be a good wife for you. Damn good wife. I'm smarter than you in some ways, and I know what's good about you, and I know what's bad, and I'm not afraid to tell you. I have 2 children who love you. They love you, and I love you. And you're not easy to love, but you do need someone. And I love you.
Wild River is a 1960 American drama film directed by Elia Kazan.
Joints?
Just what kind of a joint are you running?
Sir?
There's a certain key floating around this office, from Kirkeby to Vanderhoff to Eichelberger to Dobish. It's the key to a certain apartment. And you know who that apartment belongs to?
Who?
Loyal, resourceful, cooperative C.C. Baxter.
The Apartment is a 1960 American romantic comedy drama film directed and produced by Billy Wilder.
Thanks for playing along. How many classics did you guess? Stay tuned for our next challenge soon. Don't forget to like and hit the bell for more movie fun.